Who am I? At our age, that is a common question we ask ourselves. What makes me? People. They influence how we think, act, and control us. Humans dominate each other, culture. It's not just a heritage, but how we're raised. These two factors impact how we view the world. It is people and culture that identifies ourselves, but there is a clear difference between how the world sees you and how you see yourself. Humans have a natural way of reacting to others who are different from themselves. It has happened in the past as far as the evidence goes. As a result, we dominate one another. For example, the conquistadors subdue Nigeria and Central America, the white men crush the Native Americans, and the Americans mistreat the Japanese. However, all of these events is what makes the people we are today. If there were none of these dominating cultures, there would be no Nigerians, no Mexicans, no Americans. There would just be Igbo, Incas, Aztecs, and Native Americans. It would be better off this way, right? But if that was the case, there would be no advancement among the tribes. It is the dominance and collision of two cultures that makes its own. Culture is the idea of a way of life. It includes food, dancing, language, hobbies, but it also includes deeper aspects such as ways of communicating, how people treat one another, and ways of thinking. A culture is a beautiful thing, but there are occurrences that cause a culture to shift. Either a collision with another culture or a dominating culture can greatly impact another. For example, the Igbo people in today's Nigeria were dominated by conquistadors. The two cultures butted heads and eventually led to violence. But because of this, today's Nigerian people now have big cities and exporting food, clothing, furniture, and cars. Why? Because the Europeans' cultures were brought over to the Igbos, the ways of life were merged. The Igbo people did not become completely European. They speak their own language with their own new culture and new ideas. People and culture is what makes what we are today, but there's also the battle and journey we fight within ourselves, which is finding who we are. Who we are is influenced by culture and people, but there's also yourself, and no one knows yourself better than you. We try to find our own culture and way of life. We try to fit in, especially at the age we all are at now. People try so hard to find their place, but we need to find our place on the inside. There will be obstacles every day, changes in our culture, and changes in the people. But even with all of that going on, you are still you.